to Big Oggie's world. So today I am going to do a side dish, and we don't very often do side dishes on their own, but it is autumn and the weather's been awful and it's just something that I'm craving. I had it first at a carvery, funnily enough, and it's cheesy leeks. And I love doing cheesy leeks because it's very simple to do. It's a lovely side dish. Leeks are really good for you. They're cheap. It doesn't take any time to throw together, and it goes well with any meat or any other vegetarian dishes. It also goes well with pasta. If you want it with pasta, you can do it with pasta. You can use it with anything really. So let's get going. To start off with, you need some butter. Now, John will put all the ingredients below as he always does, but we start off with butter. I would recommend you use butter purely because this is all taste, okay? And as much as vegetable oil or olive oil has got its own taste, I think when it comes to cheese, you can't really beat butter with it. So you need a dish that will go into the oven because it's going to be like a gratinated thing, so it's going to have a nice crispy top. And I've buttered this well as well, okay? So to start off with, you're going to melt your butter. Once your butter is melted, add your sliced cleaned leeks, and obviously the thing with leeks is you need to be careful to get all of the bits of grit out, so take your time and wash them carefully. Now we're going to cook these down for about 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. We don't want to put colour on them, we're just literally softening them at this point. Whilst you're softening your leeks, you can preheat your oven. It needs to be at 170 fan, 190 if you don't have a fan, and I'm still reckoning as around about gas mark 4, but I will get John to check, and if it's different I'll make sure he puts it up here. So after about 5 minutes your leeks will have softened, like I said, and there will be a little bit of leek juice in with your butter, which is brilliant. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our flour. So sprinkle it in. And give that a good stir around. Now the flour is obviously what's going to thicken our sauce. So take your time and give it a good cook around. You need to cook it for a little minute or two to allow the floury sort of taste to cook away. But you don't need to do it for too long. And you certainly do not want any colour on this at all. So we're not going for browning, we're just going for softening and deliciousizing. Once you're happy that your leeks are nicely coated in the flour and you've cooked your flour for a little bit, you can start adding your milk. So we're going to add 600 mils of milk, and I'm going to do it a little bit at a time, not too small amount, but I'm not going to pour the whole lot in all in one go. So probably like 100 mils or so. Give it a stir round. If you do it a little bit at a time, say like I just said, about 100 mils at a time, and give it a good stir in between, your sauce will become lovely and thick and creamy, and there will be no lumps. If you put too much in and you don't mix it well enough in between, you run the risk of getting lumps, okay? So just take your time with it. It's going to so be worth it in the eating. Whenever you add milk, wait for a few minutes as well for the temperature of the sauce to come back up, because obviously you're adding cold milk. It should be thickening lovely. There we go, last bit in. Once you've got your last bit of milk in and you've combined it, you're going to need to bring the sauce up to a boil at this point. Just add a little bit more heat. There we go. Now, once it comes to the boil, I'm going to lower it just slightly again to take it just off of that boil. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. We all know cheese and mustard, match made in heaven. And Dijon isn't a strong mustard, so you don't have to worry if there's people in your family that don't like mustards. You won't taste it, but it will elevate the cheese. Give that a good mix in. Smells fab. We haven't even got any cheese in yet. Now, next thing, you're going to take your mature cheddar and you're going to add all of it apart from about 2 tablespoons into the sauce and stir that in until it melts. Right, I'm going to add some pepper. A good stir, and then I'm going to check for seasoning before I add any salt, purely because sometimes cheese can be a little bit salty. So a little bit of salt needed. Now I've used mature cheddar today, and you do need a mature cheese. But this is also a great recipe for using up leftover cheeses, especially after Christmas or that type of thing. If you've got Stilton, you can use Stilton. Anything with some taste to it, Red Leicester, any of those things all work brilliantly with this. Right, that is basically done. So we're going to pour it into our dish. So, wait, and then our last bit of cheese we're going to sprinkle on the top. And we're also going to add some breadcrumbs. So I'm going to kind of like layer it, if you like. This is panko breadcrumbs because you want a good crunch. And then add my final little bit of cheese. There we go. And that is it, ladies and gents. That is going to go into the oven now, as I said, preheated at 170 with a fan, 190 if you don't have a fan, gas mark 3 or 4, for 30 to 35 minutes. And when it comes out, it will be absolutely delicious and perfect for any roast. So, hope you've enjoyed that. I will show you a picture at the end when it comes out. If you've liked this, please give us a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please do so. It really does help us, and we are eternally grateful to those of you that have subscribed. Hit your notification bell because it's autumn and we're back with strength. We haven't done an awful lot over the summer, and you guys don't watch a lot over the summer anyway because obviously you're all out busy having lives, which is wonderful. So we're back, we're building for Christmas, and we hope you enjoy it. So we'll see you all again really soon on Big Oggie's World. Bye now.